It's the Truth or Dare book tag. So recently on Twitter, I asked literally everybody, just put out a general question. Has anybody been doing book tags lately? And is there like a new one that people are doing? Can you send me some videos or recommendations for a book tag? Because I would love to do one. I don't even remember the last time I did a book tag. It feels like it's been forever, but thankfully I had a couple of very kind people send me some videos and some links. And I found a couple of different book tags that I could possibly do. If you have a book tag, feel free to tag me in that. I would love to do it. Like I said, it's been a billion years since I've done a book tag and I have missed them greatly. So the book tag that I ended up choosing to do is the Truth or Dare book tag, and that was created by Butterflies on My Bookshelf, and I'll leave the link down below to that channel. I just really love the concept of this book tag. Basically, there's a set of questions that are either truth or dare. So for each question, there are basically 2 questions. I know I'm probably explaining that way too complicatedly, but that's just who I am. It'll make more sense once I start to do it. But basically, for each question, there are 2 questions. One is a truth, one is a dare. And the way that you decide which one to answer is by flipping a coin. So heads is truth and tails is dare. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first question. I'm going to flip this coin and we're gonna see what it lands on. Oh, it landed on tails, so it looks like we're going to be doing a dare. So for the dare question, it is, do one of your bookish pet peeves. Examples are dog ear a page, write in a book, crack a spine, etc. Do I have bookish pet peeves? Now I'm like wondering, because I will dog ear pages. I think the only thing that I don't typically do is crack a spine. The only books on my shelves that have cracked spines are my little Shakespeare plays up on the top shelf. That's it. So I guess we're gonna have to crack a spine. And I feel like I should choose a book that I care about, not one that like I just don't care if the spine is cracked. Does that make sense? I feel like if I choose a book that I didn't care about, it would totally defeat the purpose of this dare. Okay, so I chose the book from my shelves, and the one I kept going back to is Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. I have not read this book yet, and I really like the spine of this book. So we're gonna crack this spine. We're gonna go ahead and do it. I typically don't do this, so I don't really know how it works. I have done that thing though where you take it like page by page and just like bend it so it like lays nice and flat open, but it's not cracked. So let's try this out. We're gonna go kind of like right in the middle. There we go. Did it crack? It did, right there. You can see it. I'm very proud of myself, clearly. Okay, so we're gonna go on to question 2. I'm gonna flip this coin. I'm not very good at flipping a coin. Okay, this one is heads, so we're gonna be doing truth. So for question number 2, the truth is, who are your favorite booktubers? This is difficult. I have not been watching a lot of booktube lately. I think the ones that are consistently on my watch later playlist are people like A Dash of Ash, The Art of Paris, Basically Brit, Books with Leo, Peyton Reads. I love Jessie the Reader, and literally so many others, but it's going to take forever for me to list them all. So, and like I said, I have not been watching a lot of booktube lately. I have to admit that I've been watching a lot of like discussion videos, I guess, or just like reaction videos. I don't know how to explain it, but I just have not been watching a lot of booktube. But it's something I want to change. I want to watch more booktube, so I am always open to you like sending your links to me, letting me know when you're uploading a video. Never feel like you can't send me your video link. Okay, on to question 3. Gonna flip that coin. Ooh, oh, I'm telling you, I'm really bad at flipping a coin. Oh, it was heads again, so we have another truth. And the question number 3 for truth is, what are your guilty pleasure reads? I definitely have an entire series that is a guilty pleasure read, and that is The Selection by Kiera Cass. I love that series. I've reread it multiple times. It's just probably one of my favorite series of all time. Like, I can't even be too guilty about it, because while a lot of people like hate that series, they don't think it's very good, I think it's amazing. I love that series. I have made multiple videos about The Selection, and I've even made like videos about The Selection news, about like the Netflix movie that may or may not still be happening. I'm excited for it either way. So yeah, I definitely have to go with The Selection as being my guilty pleasure read. I love it. I love the audiobooks. I love the story. I love the characters. I know a lot of people hate America, but I love her. She has a special place in my heart, and I even love the sequel duology. So good. Okay, on to question number 4. Gonna flip that again. And we got heads again. We keep getting heads. This is just what's gonna happen. We got another truth. So for question number 4, the truth is you have to delete one of your bookish social medias. Which do you pick? I think this is actually pretty easy because technically I do have like a book talk. So we're gonna delete the book talk. But if I didn't have that, I feel like I would want to delete Instagram, because while I enjoy posting like stories on Instagram, I don't post a lot of like actual pictures on there. So I feel like that's just the social media that I don't tend to reach for all the time. And it's funny because I actually used to really love posting on my Bookstagram, but lately I just have not had the inspiration to do so. Okay, on to question number 5. We're gonna flip that coin. I keep dropping this. It's just that's what's gonna happen. Oh, I got tails this time. So for question number 5, I got dare, and the dare is balance a book on your head for 30 seconds. It's okay if you can't, the attempt is all that matters. Okay, so we are gonna choose, I'm gonna go for a hardcover book. So I have Ariadne by Jennifer Saint. I just got this in the book of the month for May. And we're going to try to do this. I am going to set my timer for 30 seconds. Okay, so there's the proof. I'm gonna put it on for 30 seconds. All right, now the screen is orange. So let's go. I'm gonna put it on my head and we're gonna start this timer. Okay, started the timer. I used to do this when I was little. I used to like try to balance a book on top of my head because I would see like all of those like videos, or I guess movies, that had like a princess and she had to stack books on top of her head and like keep them from falling. I feel like that happened constantly. Also, it's not centered on my head, which is very concerning. So, oh, we're almost done. We're almost done. I have 1 second. There we go. I did it. All of that practicing as a child has definitely paid off here in this video. On to question number 6. We gotta flip that coin again. That was a bad flip. We're gonna flip it again. There we go. And it's heads. We got another truth, baby. So the truth for question number 6 is, if you had to burn one book, which would it be? Okay, that's difficult. Oh my goodness. If I had to burn one book, which would it be? I'm gonna have to go with, I don't know if this is controversial or not. I don't know if I should say this or not. We're gonna go with Harry Potter. I didn't read Harry Potter as a kid. I have no emotional connection to those books or J.K. Rowling as a person. And I've actually read that book a couple years ago, did not like it. I think I gave it like a 2 out of 5 stars. It was boring to me, didn't connect with it, so we're gonna have to go with Harry Potter. I'm so sorry to any like still Harry Potter stans out there. Even if you don't like J.K. Rowling, still really sorry. Just, I did not enjoy that book at all. Okay, on to question number 7. Ooh, that was such a good flip right there. We got tails, so we're gonna do a dare. The dare for question number 7 is write yourself a note and stick it in a book you haven't read yet. This can be whatever you want, inspirational, positive, funny, etc. Now when you read the book, you'll find the note. I think that's such a cute idea. Now I have to find paper. Okay, so I have a little journal right here. I think I got this in an Illumicrate, and we are gonna write a little note to myself and see. I don't know which book I should put it in. That's like the question. It doesn't really matter what I write. It matters what book I put it in. Because, ooh, maybe I should put it in one of the books that I'm going to read later on this month. Because my books are in order of the way I want to read them. So maybe I could put it in one of like the really lower books, so I don't read it until later on this month, and I can check back in my wrap up and tell you what my note was. All right, so we have the note ready. My handwriting is really bad because I have not written by hand in so long. We're gonna rip it out and we're gonna go stick it into one of the books on my TBR. So this book is actually at the bottom of this month's TBR, so I'm gonna stick this note into this book. Gonna fold it up nice, or at least as nice as I can, and we are going to stick it into, want to say like maybe the back of this book. There we go. Okay, on to question number 8. Let's flip this coin. And I got heads, so we're gonna do a truth. And the truth for question number 8 is, what's one bookish thing that scares you? For me, it's getting too old to read YA. I think that's actually one of my fears as well. I think another one of my fears is if I ever end up getting too bored of fantasy, or I just find it to be really redundant and repetitive, I would hate that, because I still get excited about fantasy. I still get excited about new fantasy worlds and characters and authors. So I'd be really sad if there ever came a time where I was just like, I'm so bored of fantasy, like this, I don't want to read this, I want to read something else. This isn't doing it for me anymore. I would be literally heartbroken. I love fantasy so much. That has been one of the genres that I didn't used to read as a kid or as a teenager. That happened kind of later on, and it actually started with Six of Crows technically. I think that was really one of the first real fantasy books I'd ever read, and ever since then I have just loved fantasy so much. So it'd be really heartbreaking if I ever decided I didn't like it anymore. But also YA, that would literally break my heart as well. I love YA fiction, and while I might fall out of love with certain genres within YA, I don't ever want to completely disregard YA in general. Okay, so question number 9, this is the second to last one. There we go. We got heads, so we get to do a dare. I'm really loving the dares. I think they're so much fun. And typically when I play truth or dare, like as a kid, I would always choose dare. I was always the one choosing dare, didn't care about truth. I wanted to do something. So the dare for question number 9 is, try to name a book for every letter in the alphabet off the top of your head. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll start with A. How about we do it within 1 minute? Because I feel like if we try to do it, it's just gonna take the entire video. So we're gonna try to do it in 1 minute. Okay, so for A, we're gonna do A Curse So Dark and Lonely. For B, it's going to be, oh my gosh, I'm blanking already. How is this happening? For B, it's going to be Better Together. For C, it's going to be, I want to say Court of Miracles. I'm pretty sure that's a book title. Is it? Where is that book? Yes, The Court of Miracles. I got it right. Okay, D is Diamond City. A, B, C, D, E is Empire Storms. I was trying to think of the Sarah J. Maas book. Oh my god, I only have 10 seconds left. A, B, C, D, E. F is... I don't know. Oh my god, I'm really bad at that. Okay, so I guess I only got to E. That was such a bad challenge. Oh my gosh, so embarrassing. What would F be anyway? F. I guess Fire by Christian Cashore. That's the only book I can think of that starts with an F. Okay, so now we are finally on to the last question. It is question number 10. And the last time we had to flip this coin. Oh my gosh. And we landed on heads, so we get a truth. And for question number 10, the truth is, what are 2 characters from different books that you would ship? Ooh, I like this. I like this idea. Let me think for a second. Oh my goodness. Now I have to look. I have actually on this wall a couple of different ships from different books. So I'm trying to see if I can get any inspiration. Because I have Nina Zenik and Matthias Helvar in one of these pictures. I have Audrey Rose and Thomas Cresswell. And then I also have Addie LaRue and Henry from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So I have a couple of ships over here. Ooh, this is so interesting. I'm trying to think. Oh my goodness, I have like a couple of ideas and I'm like, ooh, maybe we should ship like 2 villains together. That might be fun. I'm going to go ahead and ship Adelina from the Young Elites, and then I'm also going to ship the Darkling from Shadow and Bone. I feel like they could rule the world together, destroy the world if they wanted to, and it would be so much fun. I love Adelina. The Young Elites is one of my favorite series, and I also love the Darklings, so I feel like it's just like a match made in heaven. I feel like it would be perfect. Or I guess maybe a match made in hell. Alright, so that was literally so much fun. I feel like I've never had this much fun in another book tag before. I definitely really liked how interactive it was. I got to flip a coin. I got to choose between 2 different questions. I had so much fun doing this book tag, and I totally encourage literally anyone who's watching this to also do this book tag. It was so much fun. I will tag a couple of specific people in the description down below, but if you're not tagged, feel free to consider yourself tagged and do this video. Let me know if you end up doing it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more tags from me. These are so much fun to do, and I had such a good time. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads. All the links are down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!